Super specifically, this photo was taken at 3:37 a.m. .45. I don't know how you say that. 45 microseconds. Because you can see a flash in the CCTV footage. This photo was submitted to the police. But the police photo that was released to the public was very dark. Why would it be very dark? Perhaps it was because witness number 1 is missing from the photo. Remember where witness number 1 is supposed to be? We have confirmation for witnesses 3 and 4 in the photo where they should be. Remember, 3 and 4 checked out. Everything they said was accurate and true. Witness number 1? Not there. But exactly at that moment he said, yeah, I saw them. They were both alive. We only see Mr. A standing by the tree on his phone. Or SJM's phone. We don't know whose phone. SJM is nowhere to be found. So, if we believe the new interpretation from looking at this CCTV footage with no eyewitness accounts to color our thoughts, we see two figures that were pushed down at 3:31. We see two figures, one that fell or got pushed down, one that followed after immediately at 3:31. So let's continue on with the timeline before we get into some interpretation. So we're at 3:38 where we see a photo. Now, nothing really happens until 4:21. There's actually a 4:14, but we're going to save that as a bonus. 4:21. Let's go there first. 4:21, there's a family that leaves the frame clearing their picnic spot. They're not on the witness list either, but they just clear out. So now, it seems that Mr. A is the only one left on the grassy knoll. Remember at this time, he said that he was on the riverbank sleeping. Remember he said that from like 3:30, originally he was like from 3:30 to 4:30 I was asleep. And then I woke up at 4:30, my friend was gone, and so I went home. And then he was like, oh, and then somebody woke me up and I was on the riverbank, and then I went home. So if we look at the CCTV footage around 4:27 a.m., remember there was the revised statement of the witness who woke up Mr. A. Originally was 4:20. Then they revised it to 4:27. It's very important. I'll tell you why later. 4:27. So now we see a shadowy witness 6, guy that woke up Mr. A, go down to the riverbank. He's there for about 30 seconds to 60 seconds to wake up Mr. A, then he heads back out, and then he continues on his way to the right of the frame and exits. Why would he go down there? Maybe he just wanted to see the water. Maybe it looked like, kind of inviting little trail. And then he's like, oh God, there's a guy sleeping here. It was a little creepy. I'll just wake him up and then I'm just going to go. That's what I would have done. Actually, I wouldn't have even woken him. Well, I don't know. Would you have woken him? Whatever. Yeah, no, I don't think I would have woken up a murderer. Well, we don't know if he's a murderer. So then around 4:28.21, Mr. A is stirring and he's about to leave the riverbank. He leaves and starts a slow, meandering route to the main pathway to the tunnel. Now, if you have been a doubter up until this point, because totally get it, these are like specks of light, and it's like a zoom past the pole, past the tree, past whatever, leaves and stuff. But this, watch this. He's going on that meandering path, like from tree to tree to tree, which is exactly what we saw before from the higher resolution CCTV, from him going tree to tree to tree to tree to tree to the tunnel. So it looks like he's actually trying to avoid being detected or seen. Like he's trying to stay away from the CCTV camera so that we can't really tell where he emerged from. I don't know about you, but if you're blackout drunk, I don't think you could be that premeditated. So now we're going to combine the CCTV footage that we know very well by now. He's in the tunnel, and now he's gone at 4:32 a.m. Mr. A's story is that after he exited the tunnel around 4:32 a.m., he found a taxi pretty much right away, which almost everybody says is impossible at that point, in that time, in that area. Paid in cash, so there's no credit card receipt, and went home, talked to his parents, fell into bed, had his parents be like, what the heck happened? And then changed his clothes, got dragged out by his parents, and then they were back at the park by 5:12 a.m. So literally 40 minutes for this whole loop-de-doop round trip. Definitely during hours that's not in the middle of the night, that's impossible. Sometimes it could take 40 minutes just to make like a left-hand turn, almost literally in that part of town. The traffic is so bad. But at that hour, yes, you can travel. It's surprising how far you can travel in Seoul when there's like no cars on the road. So perhaps it's possible. Perhaps he did catch a taxi. Some people are saying that perhaps it's not him in the tunnel and he never went home. I'm beginning to think that actually that it was him in the tunnel, he did go home, but that he did not catch a taxi, that he hitched a ride from the police. Oh, we almost forgot. The bonus, the 414. Now, this is very interesting. She's called the Burberry woman because it's a Burberry coat. So in Korea, if you wear a trench coat, they just call it a Burberry coat. You know, kind of like tissues or Kleenex. So it's body. And yeah, they also have like flashers, I guess. It has that connotation too, but I think it's very interesting that this mysterious woman has a Burberry coat because she kind of seems like a spy. So at 4:14, she walks into the frame and she comes through the right and she's walking.
Tune in next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Love you.